Could we be about to see the start of a new battle? This is Fresh Hiphop Opinion with your guy Olize. Don't forget to subscribe. So yes, Jim Jones and Styles P. Could they be the next to feature on a versus stage? Of course, we saw Dipset versus The Lox, a modern day legendary moment. But obviously The Lox came up on top, proving that chemistry and talent outweighs the flashiness and the money. I'm not saying The Lox don't have money, but you know what I'm saying. But back to Jim Jones and Styles P. Jim Jones was on The Breakfast Club and he was speaking to Charlamagne and DJ Envy. And he said there's nobody in New York that could compete with him on a versus, song for song. Check out the clip.
But what's up? Who wanna do a versus with me right now? Yeah.
That'd be a good
Who wanna do one with me?
Who would you want to do a versus against?
Any one of them. Pull it up. New York, I love all my brothers in New York, but you can pull them up. Don't matter who it is. You heard? Who would you say? Who you hear? I got a real catalog. I just had a gold record last year. I mean, we could go back. I got 20 records for every year.
You know,
we could start from 20 years ago. I give them one record for each year, all the way up to now.
Capo versus Styles P.
He don't got enough catalog for that.
He got a lot. Styles got a lot of catalog.
Not a commercial catalog. He not going to last. I mean, I love Styles. You dig? But set it up.
It depends. If it's just solo records, that'd be a good one for y'all.
I got more solo records than most of them that really hit. Remember that. You dig? Like I got a lot of gold singles and I got some action with me. You dig? It's gonna be hard for a lot of people from New York to win with Capo. And I got freestyles I could do all. In New York City, it's gonna be hard. I would say that.
Yeah, fam. So when Styles P's name was brought up, Jim Jones stayed 10 toes down. He was like, Styles ain't got no songs for him. No commercial hits anyway. Jim even said that bring out some freestyles, some classic freestyles from Jim Jones. To be honest, I don't think of Jim Jones and freestyles, classics. He's just not that guy. And I'm a Jim Jones fan, but I don't think of him and I think of classic freestyles. I think of Jim Jones with more of making good music rather than a bar kind of guy with a freestyle. But Styles P has actually responded to Jim Jones. Check out the clip.
Yes. I respect you as a lyricist, but like songs, I feel like Jim might got you in a 20-pack.
Ooh, you're entitled to that feeling.
I know you would say that. I know you would say that.
You're entitled to that feeling.
I know he would say that.
You are entitled to that feeling.
I know he would say that. Yeah.
You're entitled to that feeling.
Yeah.
Like I'm not big on, if that's how you feel, that means this is what hip hop is about. You connecting with music that connects with you. You understand what I'm saying? So if that's how you feel, I ain't mad at you for feeling that way. Me and Jim ain't in the same league. Me and Jim don't do the same things.
Yeah, y'all don't.
I'm a bar master.
That's where it's different, though.
I am a lyrical technician. I've been on joints with some of the best MCs in the world. Big, Hove, Black Thought, Talib. I bar down. If there's a lyricist, an MC, I'm one of their favorites.
Respect.
I'm not here to make catchy hooks and do. I don't knock that. I'm trying to say some that's gonna make your soul move and catch 10 years later down the line. So me and Jim don't do the same things.
Yeah.
I have the utmost respect for Jim for how he built his career, for how he made his way, and what he does and what he brings to the game. I love Jim. That's like my bro.
Right.
But I think to compare us is a unfair comparison.
Yeah, fam. Styles P came off at start being all humble, saying that's your opinion, it's all cool. Then Styles decided to flex. Talk his talk. Like you forgotten who I am type of talk. And rightly so. Styles P's been doing this since like 1995. Like he said, rhyming on songs with Biggie Smalls, Talib Kweli. And when he puts it that way, you really do see the gulf between them. If you look at commercial songs, I think, yeah, you could say Jim Jones would probably have Styles P. I think he'd win. That's more Jim Jones lane. That's how Jim Jones became pretty much famous through the song Ballin'. And he's had a couple other hits like that, just not on that level. If you're talking about catchy hooks, catchy phrasing in the verses, yeah, Jimmy has got it. I listened to his recent album, it's pretty good. But let's not make it like Jim Jones is a commercial artist like a Bow Wow. He does do street music with street content. But Styles P, like he said, is about the bars, about the lyrics, about the music touching your soul. He mentioned even making grown men cry with some of his songs. It's a bit deeper with Styles, and Styles even said it himself. He feels it's a bit of a disrespect to compare himself to Jim Jones. That's a little bit of shade to Jim Jones, I'm not gonna lie. But I see what he's saying, because you're comparing a lyricist with a commercial type rapper who's not really an MC. He didn't grow up rapping. He learned how to rap in his 20s. So I can see somebody who's been rapping maybe from the 80s being compared to someone that started rapping in the 2000s is a bit of disrespect. Just imagine Jim Jones being compared to Rakim or Nas. Another thing that Styles said that really made sense to me was he said just with features alone he could beat Jim Jones. And you really start to think about the type of features that Styles P has been on. And I have to agree, he's been on some monster songs. But Jim Jones has responded to Styles P responding, if that makes sense. He took to Instagram and said this: "The difference between me and them other old heads is my motion is present day. Your motion was yesterday. And I says that with all due respect. LOL. Facts is facts. Drop something. Stop telling me what you used to do. You used to be one of my favorite rappers. I used to have a flat top. LOL." And he wrote in the caption, "Line 'em, we knock 'em down, say my name, and you get lit. LOL." So Jim Jones wants all the smoke with Styles P. He wants that versus check. Clearly. Is Jim Jones correct though? What has Styles P done recently? And you gotta say it's not so much. He still puts out the odd freestyle, which is still high quality, but is it really shaking up hip hop? Are people really speaking about it? On that hand, I kinda can say Jim Jones has a point. But after hearing Styles P speaking about his music, the type of songs he's done in the past, I don't believe a Jim Jones and a Styles P versus would be a good matchup. I think Jim would come with his commercial songs and Styles will come with his gutter songs, so his street songs. So I don't think it's a really good matchup. But it does depend which song is against which song. I don't think anything Styles has is gonna be balling. Overall, I think Styles will win. I think Jim Jones underestimates Styles' catalog, and I think he overestimates his own music. And that's me saying that as a Jim Jones fan and a Styles P fan. But me, Styles P would definitely win. But that's just my opinion. I want to know yours. Would you be interested in seeing a Jim Jones Styles P versus? And who do you think would actually win? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you like this content, join the membership for less than $2 a month. Exclusive content on this channel. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.